Okay, in round 16, we're going to be making shells on top of our clusters from round 15, and this is going to make what looks like a little circle, and that's going to be our Catherine's wheel. So as you remember, we did not fasten off before, so we are still where we slip stitch to join. Round 16 says chain 1 and single chain and same stitch as slip stitch. So I'm going to chain 1 and single crochet, and that is my first stitch of this round. And then I'm going to 12 double crochets in 4 double crochet cluster 4 corner. So I'm going to skip this chain 3. As we go around, the chain 3s are just kind of going to be another stitch. It kind of looks more like another double crochet in between our cluster and our wheel, or our shell, our cluster and our shell, which is going to fill in that little space and make it a full circle for us. So we are going to go ahead and put 12 double crochets right in the top of that cluster. So you just have to find where you completed your cluster. And sometimes it's hard to see, is this the end of my cluster or is this the end of my cluster? It is going to be the one before. The one after is going to be your first chain in your chain 3 sequence here, which just kind of closed that off. So you're going to double crochet in the top of that cluster. You're going to do that 12 times to make our corner with our 12 double crochets, just like we did in the first round of shells that we did. So we're going to double crochet 12 times in there. And remember, if you have to move them around a little bit to get them all to fit, that's what we need to do. And it was not counting, so I need to come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And we do want it to kind of hang over a little bit, because then when we do our next stitch, we kind of want it to pull this over a little bit, so that then it's going to look like our circle. 4 corner, 1 single chain in neck, or 1 single crochet in next single crochet. So you're going to pull this down by single crocheting in your single crochet that you've got in between your 2 clusters here. So we're gonna find the top of that and single crochet on top, and then you are going to shell in the next 7 double crochet cluster. And we remember that a shell is going to be 7 double crochets in 1 stitch. So we want to find the top of our cluster, which is here, and we're going to 7 double crochets in top of there. 2, 5, 6, and 7. And then we are going to repeat from the start, which goes back to our 1 single crochet in the single crochet. So we're gonna go on top of our single, and we're gonna do another single, and then we're gonna continue on with a shell on top of that cluster. So you can see here where this is making kind of a circle shape, and as we go around and do those, it's gonna fit better together to make that into a circle shape. And then we're gonna do that all the way around. So we get all the way around. When you get to your 4, again, you're gonna do a 12 for your corner, and then 7 all the way down, and then 12 in the corner. We're gonna do that all the way around our entire round. and doing 7 on top of each 7 and then 12 in the corners where the 4s are. And that's going to make our circles, and then we're going to go ahead and fasten off, and that will be round 16. I'm going to make a little amendment to my round 16 video, which I guess is still what this is, because I'm not going to delete the first half, because as always, I believe artistically you should do it how you prefer it. So I did not care for the way that it was kind of off center on the wheels when you were going into the true top of the cluster stitch. So I tried, instead of going into the true top, which would be this is going to be your first chain 3, which is actually the stitch that kind of closes your cluster. And when you go into that one, it actually is more centered to me. So that's how we get kind of the perfect, I mean, it's not perfect obviously, but it looks more like a perfect circle with one center. And when I was going into the other stitch, it kind of had 2 different centers offset from each other. And that's fine if you like it like that. I didn't care for it. So I decided to try it this way just to see what it looked like. And I have done the rest of my wheels this way, and I actually like it better. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I just thought I would show that to you so that you could choose which way you wanted to do it. And I just want to show you one more thing. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so as you can see, when you do it this way, all of the stitches from your cluster end in this little circle, and all of your stitches from your shell are also in that circle. So everything is in that same circle. And then I do, instead of going into the single crochet because it's right there, I go into the first chain as well, which kind of combines with that single crochet, so it's not too hard to get in there. And then I do sorry, I did a slip stitch. I do my single crochet there instead of right here, so that it can be more even. So it's just up to you. If you want to do the true top of the stitch, it's going to be kind of over offset a little bit. And then, but if you wanted to do where I'm doing it, it's going to be in that hole where all the stitches from your cluster end as well. And then that just takes you over a tiny bit on your single crochet too, so that it looks even.